the golf clubs. He can handle a golf ball as no one else in the world is able to. Paul has designed the weirdest collection of golf clubs in existence. And with practice and patience, he has learned to use these clubs with a skill that's almost unbelievable.
I say unusual, however, to some of you, these shots may not seem too unusual. In addition to the golf, I do a sincere type of comedy. 4 chapters in the clinic, ladies and gentlemen: grip, stance, address, and swing. These are the fundamentals. In the clinic part of the show, I'd like to show you what makes the ball fade to the right. I also want to show you how to hook a ball to the left. I'd like to show you how to hit a ball high when you're going downwind, and I want to show you how to hit a ball low when you're going against the wind, so you'll know there's a way to play golf. But the theme of our clinic is that good golf is easy golf. When you see golf played properly, it doesn't look like it takes a lot of effort, does it? But how often do you see the other side of the coin? Physically capable people getting up to a golf ball, giving it everything they've got, and getting nothing out of it.
Like the old fable of Gulliver's Travels, Paul Hahn is a modern-day golfing Gulliver who has traveled to 42 different countries on all 6 continents and has given over 3,000 exhibitions to millions of people around the globe. On a golf course, he's as popular as a television or a movie star, with all the trimmings.
Catherine?
That's
our
perfect
girl.
Once
you get your autograph, move right out.
Thank you.
With a lineup of one-night stands, daily shows, Paul flies his own twin-engine aircraft from golf course to golf course throughout the United States and Canada. With his wife, Bobby, he logs many, many thousands of air miles each year.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. In just a moment, we'll start our exhibition. The exhibition is in 2 parts. The first part, a golf clinic, a very brief clinic, but fairly comprehensive, designed primarily to enhance your golfing knowledge, and I'd like to think it'll help lower your scores. The second half of the exhibition will be a demonstration of unusual shots. The game of golf is contrary to natural instinct, and a game that's contrary to natural instinct is bound to confuse intelligent people. There's your out. I'll prove that point to you in just a moment. Try to pick a ball up into the air the natural way. You'd lean back, you'd try to help it up. In so doing, you'd fall away and you'd top the ball so it doesn't go up. By the very same token, if you hit down to get a low ball, you defeat your purpose, for when you strike the ball a descending blow, it imparts a spin that carries it up into the air. Now, isn't that frustrating? You bet it is. In fact, so frustrating is the game of golf, the most common expression heard on golf courses all over the world is an expression of frustration. And you hear others, too. This is the most common expression. Oh, no! And that's the short slice. You've seen the long slice. Well, seriously, on a dog leg to the left, you'd swing to the left, wouldn't you? And when you swing to the left, the club crosses the ball from outside in. Spinning it, it goes to the right. By the very same token, if you swung out to the right, the ball would cross it like this, counterclockwise spin, and sends it to the left. So you see, the game is contrary to natural instinct. That's why we say minimize the cross spin, and you stay in the fairway. How to do that? With the grip first. Grip is first in importance because through the hands you transmit power and control. Power for distance, control for accuracy. And the most popular grip in use in the world today is not a natural grip. It's the overlapping grip, or the 10-finger, or the interlocking. Those are the three grips with the palms opposed. Let's take a look at this grip. See, the club shaft is placed diagonally across the lower part of the left palm and the upper part of the fingers, a combination palm and finger grip. And you close your left hand and turn it to this point. So the thumb is a quarter of the way around from the top of the shaft on this side. In the right hand, the club is placed in the second knuckle joint of the middle three fingers. You hold back the little finger of the right hand to overlap the forefinger of the left. Then close your right palm over your left thumb, and you have the proper grip. A miserable feeling at first, but in time it'll feel right, and perseverance pays off. Well, hello. Caddies are certainly different here.
Why, thank you, sir.
You know, folks, after giving over 3,000 exhibitions all over the world, there are still some skeptics who think the results of these shots is just pure luck. But our cameras now will prove that it isn't. No magic, no tricks, just timing, practice. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the height of the tee has nothing to do with the flight of the ball. You can hit a low ball from a high tee. In fact, you can hit any type of shot from any type of tee. Well, you don't have to play winter rules because the height of the ball has nothing to do with the flight of the ball. This is a flat lie, eh? And here's a countersunk hole to put the bottom of the ball below the actual top of the surface. Now, I'd like to take a driver. I'd like to. I've got to. Maybe you didn't believe that shot. Let's show it to you in slow motion, huh? Actually, a countersunk hole in this fiberglass, if you'll observe, puts the bottom of the ball below the actual top of the surface. With a driver, the ball travels 250 yards straight down the fairway. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to change the pace and present a little comedy. This will be entitled The Blind Leading the Blind, or The Members Teaching the Members. And that's not as ludicrous as it might sound. I knew a fellow with a long backswing went to his buddy for a lesson because his buddy had a short backswing. Now he doesn't have a long backswing. But the game is just a pain in the neck to him. Now, if he'd gone to his golf professional, his pro would have eliminated his backswing. And with no backswing, he'd have had no problem. Did you ever miss a ball completely in the presence of someone? Nothing in the world is more exasperating. But take heart. Here's a cure for you. Let's say someone sees you miss the ball the first time. Just continue the swing, then hit it on the third go-round. I'd like to now impersonate a lady golfer, if I may. I think this shot will prove conclusively that a club traveling at a speed of 140 miles an hour at impact couldn't possibly be thrown off by some little obstruction. And now the baseball shot, ladies and gentlemen. You know, in baseball, 3 strikes is 1 out. Here I'm going to show you another way to make 3 outs with 1 strike. That's right, 3 outs with 1 strike. I'll hit 1 to the infield, 1 to the catcher, 1 to the batter. 1, 2, 3. Ready? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the nightclub shaft in so many joints. Was that one okay? Would you like to see it in slow motion? Okay, let's watch. Did you ever find your ball resting neath the branches of a tree? And when you go to take your backswing, you can't make it. The branches held up the club. And your opponent was so close you couldn't give it the Miami mulligan. Well, take heart. There's no problem here, really. You merely drop to your knees and you swing underneath the tree. Distance, no problem. How about that? 250 yards right down the middle. It's an easy game, isn't it? Let's let the speed-up action of our camera show you that shot in greater detail. And now, before I do the difficult shots, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to check my timing. This is the pendulum shot. Right on the green. The triple pendulum shot, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to hook 1, slice 1, and hit 1 straight. I'd like to. One hook, 1 slice, 1 straight. You know, in baseball, one of the great thrills of my career has been performing at the Yankee Stadium with that great champion from Oklahoma, Mickey Mantle. You know, Mickey's not only a slugger, he's also a switch hitter. And that's a great asset to any baseball club. You know, if there's a left-handed pitcher on the mound, they hit it right-handed. But if there's a right-handed pitcher, Mantle hits it left-handed. And for the left-handed pitcher, he hits it right-handed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the most difficult shot in our repertoire, the double action shot. With a club in each hand, I'll go down this line of balls, hitting the first 6 alternating left and right-handed shots. At the 7th ball, I'll drop the club from the left hand, hit the 7th ball with the right hand. After impact with the 7th ball with the right hand, I'll change the club to the left hand, hit the 8th ball with the left hand. After impact with the 8th ball with the left hand, I'll change the club back to the right hand, hit the 9th ball with the right hand. After, forget it. So, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to remember is to practice. If you practice, you get the feel. If you get the feel, you get the timing. If you get the timing, you get the accuracy. If you get the accuracy, you get the score. If you get the score, you can drop the club from one hand and change it back for variety, because variety is the spice of golf, as it is the spice of life. Hello, baby doll.
Paul, why can't you learn to play with regular clubs?
Well, if I did, I couldn't afford a caddy like you.
Entertaining an appreciative audience, Paul is at his best. And the laughter and enjoyment that people get from him is like a tonic to Paul Hahn.
Now, before I start the trick shot exhibition, I'd like to help the executives here. An executive is a man who leaves an air-conditioned office, gets into an air-conditioned car, drives to an air-conditioned club to take a steam bath. Thank you, folks. Here's a shot for these boys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Just lucky. Now let me help those of you who play golf for money. Let me show you how to win every time with a wedge. The wedge is the most indispensable club in the bag for shots up to about 80 yards. Don't try to stretch it. But do stretch your imagination for just a moment. Let's say you're playing a hilly golf course, and over the hill is the green. You're too tired to walk up to find out the location of the pin. Actually, you don't have to if your opponent isn't looking to your ball behind the ball, and hit the two over the hill along the green, and take the one that goes closer to the pin. When you leave New York for London, they give you a booklet how to tip abroad. That means overseas. But if you're playing with a narrow-minded opponent, one who objects to your cheating, my suggestion is you learn to dispose of the odd ball, the extra ball. With one hand, ladies and gentlemen, you can dispose of that extra ball. As you'll observe, my fingers never leave my hands during the swing. Honestly, they don't. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give them a hand of applause, ladies and gentlemen. You like that? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, folks, that's the way it goes with Gulliver's Golf. By midnight tonight, I have to be a long way from here. Haven't even packed yet. You know, one of these days, I just might quit this traveling and settle down to the tranquility, serenity of the 19th hole. Never. Never.